Alright guys, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, episode 27, I believe. We got a new setup going on here now. So I got the old green screen working, and I'm in the game. EA Sports. I'm in the game. Anyway guys, let me know what you think of the new green screen. We're going to record this set or session or the next couple videos of Phoenix Wright this way, and yeah, I hope it works out well for you guys, and I'm excited about it though. It should be pretty cool. So, it's been about a week since I played it last. We met the cough-up queen, not a porn star, who knew? And we will proceed on with Phoenix Wright on our extra trial with Emma, not Maya. Kind of sad, but anyway, I've been looking forward to playing it for a minute, so we shall do it. Also, the poll is now closed if you guys, anybody who's seen this video later, but our next game, I put up a video up to announce it, so anyway, without further ado, let's get back in there. Alright, February 23rd, 9:34, District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. We're always in number 2 for some reason. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Not bad, bootleg Mia. Ah, she's cool. Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Kind of. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. Don't be like that. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes. A defense attorney should never believe their client. I don't know if I'm going to take that advice coming from a prosecutor. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Skye, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, well, she's got spirit powers, obviously. She's not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Good point. First trial without a Fae helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. Yeah. I'll be all alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Alright, appreciate it. Won't be alone. We'll have a little bit of scientific backup. Standing across from Edgeworth once more, we go to duel. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Oh, I should mention, guys, you probably have already noticed, but I've got the webcam a little higher this time to work with the green screen. So if I look like I'm looking down, it's just because the webcam is just a little bit up for me. I'm gonna go ahead and take the glasses off because they need to be cleaned also. Oh, they're in bad shape. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Oh, like that? Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in the courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. Almost like he's reading his mind. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. The judge is like, actually, the judgment's in my hands. That's why they call me the judge. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office slot. Wow, it's much more forceful in person. You met him in person. You mean in the courtroom? I suddenly feel like I'm confessing everything. Oh, Edgeworth. However, she will not pay for her rashness with her life. She will now pay for her rashness. We better put those glasses back on. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, the cough-up queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? How fancy, Judge. Oh ho! Caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge really is wolfing it down. Ooh, and for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? She's the cough-up queen. You, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunch box? What? It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. He always has trouble with these names. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? This is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts! I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Yuck. The heck does pickled tapioca taste? Name, profession, now! That's the Edgeworth we know. Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. Prosecution will wait. I need to eat. Yeah, I knew he was going to say that. All right. Well, Mr. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I'm the cough-up queen. Can't get over that. I'm a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. Oh, hello. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Everything comes back to 2 years ago. 2 ex-detectives 2 years ago? Didn't like prosecutors? The lunch thickens. Aha! I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. What the Earl, you may continue your description, Miss Star. Who is this lady? Yeah, not good for us. If I might have the court's attention over here. Down here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. The chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? Crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Didn't make it, though. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? It's her. Why, it was me, Your Honor. Can't people see how that's a conflict? Parking lot floor plans, that is a court record. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright, yeah, this is going to be tough. I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. Seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth. Oh, everybody gets hostile when it comes down to the defense. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have for me? If you can, give them your worst. Come on, Judge. Come on. We need to get our own judgment manipulation tactics. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sent something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Finally honed my ass. Through the wire fence, I saw a chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching! I want to be her boyfriend. But you can see there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife, which you saw being stabbed with Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Alright, Emma, you've earned a couple points. This is merely a flesh wound. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. Hold it! How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. But Leslie's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Oh boy. there's the real killing off a detective who knew too much was merely an extension of that. Star, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. If I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Doesn't that kind of give her a clear motive to hate, I don't know, the chief prosecutor, maybe lie about what she saw? Laid off. She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. I bet. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. This boyfriend, he's a detective? Not that boyfriend. The security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Can I be one? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, the other boyfriend. Care to join? I bet the judge is like, you got another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. But I may consider the cough-up part. Not yourself. You just had to think before replying. Security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. One sec, guys. Okay, we are back. That would be the room where the security sign, yeah. Brilliant. Incidentally, did you bring your lunch boxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Ah, yes, that's right. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? Huh? Faye? Felt like, how would you say... Oh yes, it was the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. Which is what feeling? I have no idea what that means. Speaking of detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. Pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience in the streets. A greenhorn. Okay. Then I must be a hard, yellowed, sharp as a tack. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Through the wire fence, I saw a chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. Okay. How'd you arrest her, then? By a garish car, you mean... That might be it. Through the wire fence. Mr. Edgeworth's car. Mr. Edgeworth! Incidentally, the knife with which the victim stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, clearly attempting to implicate him. Wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you're sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. She's telling the truth. We're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness! It's true. I'm gonna keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Ooh, okay. That was inspiring. Come on. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. Could you cry? Plagiarism? You could cry. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. Oh, where'd that picture come from? What? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. All it shows is her in a bloody coat, though. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. What? My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Wait a minute, what? All it does is show her with what might be blood on her coat opening this. She might not have known. The coat might have been already... moment of the crime. It doesn't show her stabbing anybody. There's unmistakably Lana Skye, yeah. So what was the defendant doing at the time? Chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. want to present it, I just want to check it. No prints. Let's see this other picture. She has gloves on. That's not gonna help me. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. You can make it, said it. Flawless. Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. That's why I like that. Oh, wait. We already pressed on this? I don't remember. Tell me more about the knife the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It's your knife, after all, really driving that point home. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well-versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise. You can't testify to her ability to kill an egg? I mean, a person? Jeez. Chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor? So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife in Detective Goodman's chest. Tell the court why you didn't just try to stop this crime. She was on the fence. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Fortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Too late? The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound. Okay, let's get back to it. What? Oh, yeah, I was gotta be careful with that. I think we already got the clue we wanted to get out of this. Yeah, we already got that part out of that. Just curious. Not time for that yet. She parked over here, but was visiting over here. How'd you get over there, anyway? Maybe that's it? Wait a minute. She was on her way to go. She didn't say that she was actually there. Let's check that knife again real quick. The tip is actually not covered in blood. It's actually more like here. I kind of wish it was down a little bit further. I'd feel more confident with that. What do you think, guys? Should I go ahead and go for it? Why not? Somehow I don't think so. Your Honor! Nah, that didn't work out. Okay. This is tough. This is a tough one. I think they set that photograph up. Now we got this photograph. I gotta remember some of the game's mechanics. So we got the photograph. I feel like we might be able to use this in this. Okay, you can see that there. That's it. This is it. Right? Shows a picture of her, but holding no knife, right? She's not holding anything. There we go. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Skye stab the victim with the knife? I've already said yes. I swear on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that's a fine lunch. But, isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is a photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? And why is Miss Skye not holding a knife? Ahem. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. Small objection. Had to be the weakest objection ever. Yes, it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, right? Oh, what do you mean, Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. But that's not what the witness said. Blood splatter. See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But that's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. It could be, but it's definitely not. It's definitely, you can't definitely say that it is. I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. She's gonna be tough. That's it. If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Skye was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. She's heaping a lot of accusations, but not a lot of evidence. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, yeah, she has gloves on, but isn't she always wearing gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? That's conjecture. If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing the gloves. Those gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder. A serious offense. Witness! Add this to your testimony. Okay, that's what we wanted. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Press on it. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like driving gloves? These gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. I don't have it. They were rubber gloves, the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do a murder. It's the only possible conclusion one could make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. She's got them all thinking it was all planned. If she could prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound. I know. Hold on, hold on. Your murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Let's see what we got here. Find a way to prove that it wasn't premeditated. Could say that might prove it, that Edgeworth got to the parking lot only 3 minutes earlier. That's pretty cutting it close. That would mean that he was in on it. That's what she wants us to lead down the path to, I think. What do you think, guys? Yay, nay? I don't know if that proves that it's not. The rubber gloves prove it. Murder was planned, the rubber gloves prove it. I don't know, that might be thinking a little bit too outside the box. No. Property of Lana Skye. The last call made to her sister Emma at 5:18 on the day of the murder. his plan. The rubber gloves prove it. Anything else I can get here? She's the one who seems like it's premeditated. I don't think there's anything there that's gonna help. So they changed it to after. They said the gloves are admitted as evidence, but I don't have them. Let's try our parking. That's the only thing I can think of at the moment. That's not it. Nah, that's not it. That might. Oops. Maybe the phone, like she wouldn't have called her sister at this time. Nah, that's not it. That ain't helping. How did she know Edgeworth was gonna be there? Wait a minute. No, hold on. No, I'm trying to go backwards. She was standing next to the car. Can't figure this out. Huh. There we go. So that knife was it. Do you know what this is? Trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? Oh, shoot. Defendant is prosecutor for the district, right? Oh, the other prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, Rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Yeah, gotcha! This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon! Oh. Order! 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 Great. Now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Not exactly. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. This shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah! Prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that you planned on killing him. If it was planned. This is integral to what she was trying to do. She needs for this to go premeditated so that she can link Edgeworth to this somehow. She's trying to implicate Lana Skye, and she needs to link Edgeworth to it. I just don't know why. If it wasn't, why would it? Ah, god damn. It was too quick. I believe I'd like to hear testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? Oh boy, I wasted way too many chances trying to figure that thing out. Angel's deduction. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. I didn't know she hit him multiple times. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Yeah. And we can beat her deductions. Lana Skye didn't murder Detective Goodman. Press. You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I was about to tell you, Rookie. I believe what she just said is a mere prelude to the story she's about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like putting a bun out of the oven half-baked. Something's half-baked here, alright, and it's you. Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Oh, fuck you, Edgeworth. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Come on, Edge! Acts speak to themselves. Harsh. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. You have no proof that Miss Skye called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. You can't just deduce based on nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There's no record of a call made on the defendant Miss Lana Skye's phone. Huh? She might have written him a letter. Come on. Could have tried a public phone first at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Why? What kind of grudge, and why? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge, yeah. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See? We agree that there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? No! I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. What, Judge? No! This judge isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's a simple. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in and again and again. human machine? That's a contradiction. Come on, Wright, please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Note to self, Mr. Edgeworth's sigh smells like citrus fruit. You say again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly? We often say chopped into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? How come she's getting mad at me? Let's just say she stabbed him several times. Leave it at that. Leave it at that? That's a murder case! Right, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know. Stars turned out to be short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. You're saying I need to go after her detective deduction? I wonder. Wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I need to add more wax, and even really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. That's it. Here we go. Gotcha. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With a moss surprise! No. The moss is growing at our feet as we wait. Oh, you're not happy with that one, huh? What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this. But take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What? he's my hero! What about mine? No one... You bastard! You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, yeah, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Okay. Spattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Nonsense. And tell us what you saw. So tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Okay. Her red muffler looks like blood to me. That's how gassy the whole scene was. Press on it, and then we'll use that picture. Her red muffler. Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck, so she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice. She really hates her. She's right. Okay, Skye was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? Okay. Wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. That's because you're always eating, huh? Judge of the bib. That's why this place feels like a kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance? So it turned out to be a short-tempered or... Okay, yep. Let's try... not that. She's not wearing it. She's not wearing her red muffler in this one. Muffler? I don't know why I call it muffler. Scarf, whatever. Whatever. Objection! Yeah! Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. Edgeworth going in. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. Edgeworth, why are you stealing my thunder? And you've proved it by yourself. With this photograph. Huh? But that can't be! Only professional lunch lady can be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. He's going in. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver? I was there. A scarf. No, not that. But something red. Really? Bullshit. Well, now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. This is what I was trying to get at earlier. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Nonsense. You can't remember some accurately. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim, but we did shake the premeditation. Might be the moment of truth. Yeah. Apprehending a suspect, which you can't do because of the layout of the place. At the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the partition off to her side. I quickly caught her and explained to her the rights to her and arrested her on the spot. Impossible. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You're quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra and lie like Lana Heart. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details. No thanks. I want to get bitten and then coughed up, right? We could get poisonous snake bites. Chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, knocked over an oil drum. What? An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Well, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr! You cross-examine, if you will. We'll press on everything, but I think the first part's where we're going to get it. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. So, where is this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she means the wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? This is it here. I quickly caught her and explained her rights to her and arrested her on the spot. This is it. Pretty crazy because I was like, man, we're about to see the game over screen, but we still might because I messed around on a couple of these, but we'll see. Say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. You didn't say that. Maybe I should press her. Yeah, press her. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. Yeah, the Lunchland car was. She's a visitor, thus she parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. Then how did you couldn't do that? But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over to it, of course. Amazing. Cough up queen. Lunch lady athlete indeed. Would have taken a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Skye not get away? I think that's the contradiction. How are we not going to bring that up? If I've ever cheeky muffler. What you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone. She can't mean. When this may continue. Yeah, I'm not gonna. That's not the road I want to go down anyway. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. So you never saw this muffler? Witness, and the photograph proves she couldn't have seen it. That's true. The Star is acting strange. First, she mistakes a scarf for a blood splatter, and now she says she didn't see any scarf. Careless mistakes, yeah. Just what did Miss Scarf see down in that parking lot? Chief prosecutor made an escape, but Angel Stars. Blah blah blah. That's the throwaway line. She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pâté of foie gras. Impressed there, huh, guys? Huh? She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum. There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime, but it's strange. What? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The parking lot entrance. That's right. Doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind a partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries. I wish I could solve you before finding more, though. My sister is so suspicious. I'm sorry, my sister's so suspicious. Mr. Wright, not as sorry as I am. She didn't do it. You have to believe me. I believe you. Alright, hopefully this is right, or we're going to see the game over screen, guys. I look to where I usually have the camera. Yeah, hopefully this is it, otherwise we're in some deep trouble. We are in trouble. Your Honor, this evidence contradicts it. It does? I don't see the contradiction. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Whoops. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. The defense has failed to give the court sufficient reason to doubt the prosecution's claim. The court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately. To be held pending trial at higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. Court is adjourned. No! No! I did kind of want to see the game over screen, though. I was interested in what that would look like. Well, came pretty close there, guys. Why don't we I'll get us back up to that point, and we'll go from